So in this lecture, we are going to talk about what is streaming API. We'll talk about the introduction of streaming API, how it will be helpful for us, and then we will talk about what is a post technology, because streaming API works on top of post technology, and then we will see what are all the different protocols that post technology uses in order to give us the appropriate result that we are looking for. So let's quickly start to see what we have. So streaming API enables you to see, or we can say enable you to perform the real-time data with the help of various protocols over HTTP in the near real time. Now let me give you an example over here. Suppose that you have built a lightning component, or you have built a VA page, which VA page displays some sort of data from an object. And now what happens if there is, as we know that there are multiple users who work on a single org. So if there are some users who modified those records, or there are some users who have added new set of records, now if we wanted to see those information into the VA page or lightning component, usually what we need to do is we need to refresh the page. But that is again is going to be an overhead for the users or for the management who are trying to see the updated data, and they are trying to refresh that again and again, either in every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes. So for that, if we don't want our management or the users to refresh that page and see the updated data in the near real time, so we can leverage the benefit of streaming API. That is what we are going to do. Now what are the different mechanism that post technology involves, which we have post topics, which actually we are going to work with inside this Salesforce under the streaming API. Then we have generic events, we have platform events, we have change data capture. So these are four things, four main mechanism which involves in the streaming API or in the post technology. Now, out of these four, we are going to talk about these post topics. We are going to get into the deep about this. We are going to implement it in the Lightning component or a component. We are also going to see how we can access this post technology or streaming API with the help of some external application like Node.js. Then we will talk about this platform event. Platform event is also very popular these days, and which is used very widely. So we are going to see all about this platform events as well. And then we will talk about this change data capture, CDC, which is very useful when we especially talk about modification in a particular record. We are going to see all these. Now let's see what is it post technology. So post technology is nothing. It is basically, we can say, built on top of publish subscribe model, or we can also say that post technology is something which is leveraging the concept of publish subscribe model, where you have to subscribe some sort of notifications, and then server will push the notifications to you. A very simple example for you here, we all use mobile phones, and in the mobile phones, when we try to install any application like Facebook, Google email, or any other application, what happens? For the very first time, it asks us to receive the notification from that application. If we turn on that, then every time that application has any kind of notification, like you have got a new mail, or you have got a new message on WhatsApp, or you have got a new message on Facebook, that is going to pop up on your mobile screen. That is something how that is something happens with the help of this post technology, where the server in the post technology got that notification, and then it pushes you to the client. The client can be any application, and this is a completely opposite of pull technology, where client pulls the data from the server. We're not going to dig into that pull technology. Now here are the different protocols that are being used by post technologies. First thing is Bay UX protocol. Second is Comet D, which is a library we are going to use, and then we have long polling. Now what happens? Bay UX and Comet D are kind of similar things, which uses both, which uses HTTP protocols in order to send the message, or in order to transform the message between the multiple devices, and that happens in near real time. That is why it is saying that asynchronous message. If you see here on the first line, it is saying that asynchronous message. Why asynchronous? Because it is a near real time, not real time. It is always near real time. And the difference between Bay UX and Comet D is Comet D uses Ajax post technology, and we can also use this library inside Salesforce. Earlier we were using this, but now Salesforce has introduced their own set of standard components. Those components uses Comet D behind the scene in order to subscribe either post topic, platform event, or CDC. But if you wanted to subscribe your any of these components, either streaming API, platform event, or CDC, you have to use this Comet D library. We will also see there are some other ways that we can subscribe. We will also see that. And then long polling. Again, it is also a part of Comet programming. But what exactly make this long polling, we can say that more stable is whenever server receives a message which is a blank message, server doesn't push that to the client. Server wait for the message, the another information which is available to the server, then only it sends to the client. That means you are not sending any empty response to the client. Sometimes we might have noticed that you all might have noticed that our phone is the screen of our phone is turning on without any kind of notification. That happens whenever the server are using BayUX or Comet programming for sending the notification with the help of push technology. But long polling is something which is very stable and which is very useful for all these kind of notifications, because we don't get any kind of unnecessary notifications in our client might be any application in your system, and not the mobile applications only, there might be any enterprise level applications as well. So this is what we have planned for this lecture.